Community Viewpoint.
Hi, welcome to Community Viewpoint. I'm your host for this segment, Maria Hurst, and we are so lucky tonight in the studio. We are joined by Krissta Kirschenheiter. I think I said that right. Did I?
You did, yes.
Okay.
Good.
And we're joined tonight by Krissta Kirschenheiter. Now I got them all mixed up. She is the directing attorney of Pro Bono at Nevada Legal Services, and we're really lucky to have her on here. She's got a lot of really important information to share with us and tips that the community can use, and they are doing wonderful, wonderful things in the community, and I'm really excited that you're here. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk about what we do out here in Nye County.
It's really a great need, and
Thank you.
it's really an awesome thing that Nevada Legal Services is doing, and so I wanted to say too. Well, I'll go into that later, actually. So let's talk about some of the presentations. Like the first thing that's coming up is on Tuesday, March 22nd, and I'll let you talk about that.
Yeah, actually, I'm really excited about this. Our office has paired up with the Boyd School of Law in Las Vegas with the law school, and the law students are on spring break this week, and they decided to come out to Armagosa Valley and Pahrump and get back to the community. So we've got a big event with a bunch of law students coming up in Pahrump and Armagosa.
That's awesome. So that is going to be on family law. Those two presentations, or one of them is on?
They're both on family law. In Armagosa, there will be a general presentation on family law, divorce, custody, child support, minor guardianship. And then in Pahrump, we will be doing a clinic where we help people answer legal questions or fill out forms on pro se family law issues.
Okay. It's really becoming, even in my 9-to-5 job or 8-to-5 job every day, it's becoming more important for grandparents to access that guardianship resource. So it's really, really important.
We do see a lot of that. And, you know, it's been my experience that just sometimes people are needing the direction to understand what the process is, where to get the forms, and then they can sort of do them themselves without needing to actually hire an attorney, but they just need that legal advice to get started and how to begin that. So that's one of the things we do.
That's one of the most important steps, I think, is just finding out where to start.
Yes.
Where do you even start? Okay, there's other things too. You're here every month.
We are actually in Pahrump twice a month.
Twice a month.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is this one here.
Yes. So what we do is we are generally the second Tuesday of the month, and right now the last Friday of the month we come to Pahrump, and we're at the courthouse at the, let's see, it's called the Ian Dutch Government Complex, or the courthouse where you find District Court and Justice Court. And from 11 to 1, we give free legal advice or help people fill out family law forms, which was what I stated we're doing on the 22nd. We usually do that at the end of the month on Friday. So.
Okay. That's awesome. And then you're also going to rural communities.
We are.
Which is awesome, because we find in other aspects of social services even, these people have trouble getting places. There's transportation issues. I mean, they have limited access. So this is really, really wonderful big step for them, and it's really great that they get to access this. So that's Beatty and Amargosa and Tonopah.
And Tonopah, yes. We're out at the courthouse in Tonopah the first Wednesday of every month, and then we are in Beatty quarterly. We go out actually the same time that WIC does,
yes.
At the Beatty Community Center. We're next planning to be there on May 2nd. And then Armagosa, we are out, like I said, March 22nd, and then we're planning to be there at the town office on June 24th and I think September 23rd. And we're also in the works with Armagosa to do a tax presentation in May. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
that's really awesome.
That would be an interesting topic. I should clarify too, this is all civil legal services, no criminal law.
Right.
So that includes traffic tickets, believe it or not.
So behave. And so if somebody The ones let's just do this really quick.
Sure.
The ones you mentioned on the 24th, that's on bankruptcy issues?
On June 24th in Armagosa, we're going to do a presentation on bankruptcy. Chapter 7, basically, if you're interested in maybe clearing up some of those medical debts or credit card bills, we can talk about that process.
Okay. All right. And then the 23rd of September?
Is going to be on citizenship, so how to adjust from a green, if you're a legal permanent resident and have a green card, what steps to take if you're interested in becoming a U.S. citizen, if you're eligible to do that.
That
right
is
before
awesome.
election.
I can't say to Krissta enough how awesome, and to you how awesome all of these things are to access, because these are very valuable services. Very valuable services. You guys are definitely a commodity in these situations, because people, like they said, they don't know where to start, and this is really important, so they know where to start.
I have to say, though, the communities have just been amazing. They've received us, I mean, so amazingly well. Sometimes we'll go to a clinic and we'll have 20 people waiting, and they'll sit there patiently and not mind, and it's just been really good, and we really enjoy coming out and helping people.
That's awesome.
So it's been great.
That's awesome. So also, one more thing that you guys do is if somebody is in need of a lawyer and they need to access them, there's an income guidelines?
There is. So our organization is largely funded through Congress, the Legal Services Corporation, and because of that, and because we give free legal services and free legal representation, we have certain restrictions. We can only help a legal permanent resident and U.S. citizen if you're undocumented, unless you meet a eligible qualification like a victim of a crime.
Okay.
And you also have to be low income, which generally means between 125% of the federal poverty line and lower, or if you have a qualifying expense, like let's say you have medical bills or something, you pay rent or gas to get to work, you can go up to 200% of the federal poverty line.
Okay.
So we do help the needy.
Okay, and so if somebody went for like a family law issue or a bankruptcy issue or tax, they may qualify if it's needed to get an actual lawyer to represent them in a pro bono situation.
Yeah, and we can look into that. I mean, depending on what the issues are. Sometimes people just want to come in and say, show me how to fill out this form. Do you have this form? And I can start the process myself. But if it's something more complex, they can talk with us. And I should give out our phone number, too, if they're interested.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So the toll-free number is 1-866-432-0404. We're out of Las Vegas. Our main office for Lincoln, Nye, Clark, and Esmeralda. And you can always call that number if you wanted to see if you might be eligible to get an attorney and do an intake over the phone and see what we can do to help you.
Okay.
And if we can't, we maybe can direct you where you can go instead, hopefully.
And so that's going to segue really well into what we were talking about before we came on camera, which is you're director of pro bono services, so you actually go out and find private attorneys that are willing to take some of these cases.
Right, and so we actually have 6 offices, Nevada Legal Services statewide. We have the office I work out of in Las Vegas, and then we have a main office in Reno. We have a senior law program in Washoe County, and then we have a Yerington and Carson City office and Elko. So I am in charge of directing all of our offices in all of the state of Nevada to coordinate with the many different attorneys and outreach events and things we do for Nevada, and see if we can coordinate help for people and get these attorneys to give pro bono services to the clients in different ways.
Again, I'm going to say awesome. Because, I was saying before we went on camera that it's really nice because Krissta is an attorney herself, and so attorney to attorney, you have an advocate here in Nevada. You have an advocate here in Nevada actively going out into the community to engage these lawyers to give back to the community, to people who otherwise wouldn't have access to these services, and perhaps years go by and then some of these things, whatever they may be, whatever situation they're in, it can become a big problem if they don't address it and they don't have these services.
Yeah, and I mean, it's important to me because I do go out to the community, I do talk with attorneys, and I think a lot of attorneys feel very good actually giving back and helping people that need it. So that's, it's important for me to go and say, look, I know how good it feels to give back to people that really need help that can't afford it otherwise, and see who, how we can match them up in different ways. I mean, we have attorneys come out from Vegas and volunteer at our events out here at Pahrump and Tonopah or wherever else. Or we can take cases in different ways. Sometimes we have attorneys give free legal advice over the phone,
Okay.
If it's just a consultation and that kind of thing. So, different ways.
I like that they like to do that.
I would hope so.
Because I think maybe they don't know where to start either, you know? Like being on the other end of it, maybe not, you know, you're not a client, but you're a lawyer, you want to give back, but what do you do? How do you find people? So this is what better avenue than to sign up to do, you know, however many hours they're going to do,
Right.
and that's their start, that's their stepping stone. So connecting both sides of that, having them know where to start.
I think so. And, you know, one thing that's been really nice is, for example, we come out to Pahrump twice a month and, you know, we're there for 2 hours to kind of just give people legal advice very briefly with a consultation, 15 minutes, or maybe help them with their forms. And then depending on how complex your matter is, we can then say, well, let us take your case back. And if you give us a little bit of time, we can talk with other attorneys to see if maybe they'd be willing to represent you on this issue. So we have that ability to do both. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
It's been good.
That's awesome. And then if they've already started something and then they're at a roadblock,
Right.
there's people there that can help them get over that hurdle.
And I have had, we see a lot of regular clients coming back, you know, maybe they're doing their let's say they're doing a minor guardianship for their grandchildren themselves. They'll come to our clinics every month or so. Okay, here I am next. What are the next steps? And so it's fun to see the same clients as we help them along and say, okay, good. Well, finally, let us know when you get, you know, the order.
Right. and then the end result that they've been joined with their grandchild,
Right.
and now everybody is set.
Yes. And then
That's
we don't
awesome.
see them anywhere.
Except for the smiles. You should add,
There you go.
bring pictures back.
Yes.
I think we have 1 minute left, so I want to say thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Krissta drove from Las Vegas tonight to film with us, and this is segment 1 of another segment that will air in the future. So we are going to be filming that right next. So if you are watching this later, you missed the second segment, go on YouTube, or you can always find this one on YouTube on our channel later, and also like us on Facebook at Facebook/Community Viewpoint. And there you go. There's our Facebook page. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And the phone number as we close out.
So the toll-free number is 1-866-432-0404.
There it is, right on the screen. All right.
Community Viewpoint with Maria Hurst.